Well, time to talk about some more drama again. Now, some could say that these are kind of my fault, and in part, yes, I am to blame for these. But let's start with the simpler drama, quote-unquote, if you could even call it that. Flamey Shoutout Saturdays. I'll do this like I do all other drama stuff. I'll explain what I did wrong, then I explain what I believe the other person, in this case Flamey, is doing wrong. What I did wrong was to bash Flamey so harshly in the video. I suppose that wasn't a good idea. And if I do decide to redo the video, I would bash a lot less, if at all. Despite that, Flamey, what you did wrong is you're being kind of a jerk by looking a gift horse in the mouth. I mean, come on. I give you a sincere gift, and I get a bunch of angry remarks from you. Despite the fact that I did a bunch of bashing of you, which actually wasn't really bashing, to be totally honest. I was just trying to inform people to let them know what to expect. But I also said that you're a great friend and that you should go subscribe to Flamey. And, of course, next time I will highlight many more of your positive qualities, such as your superb drawing skills. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of jealous of those, especially. I mean, they're amazing. But you're kind of being a jerk by not even trying to be happy with the gift I gave you.
You son of a bitch! You were supposed to give me the red Mega Me! Now I can't make Ultra Mega Me! You dirty cheap-ass piece of crap! They're all out of them, dude! I hate you! I want you to die! Die! That's it! Party is over!
But Flamey, I do think that I made some valid points. I also think, Flamey, that you need to be a bit less, well, rude. I mean, like I said before, it seems you have difficulty taking things seriously. While this can sometimes be funny, it's really not very good when you're not taking a very serious situation, well, you know, seriously. That, and I also had noticed some of your comments to Benji. I'll show some of those on screen. Now, let me just say that both of you are at fault in that scenario, throwing around insults. Please stop that. That isn't how debate truly works, and it just makes both of you look immature. Please stop that. Despite all the stuff that went on between myself, Puffle, and everybody else who got involved by commenting and such, at least we all acted, relatively speaking, civil. Okay? Well, okay, that's all for you, Flamey. I hope we can both acknowledge we did some things wrong and move past them. Sound good? Alright, next, oh boy, the real meat of the video. Let's talk about Pufflehugs. For those unaware, I made a video about him and his, to be honest, kind of dumb little dub does a dab video. Now, I'll fully admit, I was kind of being a hypocrite here. I was acting on impulse. I absolutely was being a hypocrite by doing so, saying, hey, Yoshi Player, you shouldn't act on impulse just a little while earlier, like a week or two earlier, something like that, and then I'm doing it. Frankly, that was totally my fault, but this is not an excuse for it. I totally blame myself for being a hypocrite when it comes to that. I mean, but frankly, my naming alone made me a target for this dumb internet trend. It was only a matter of time, but I just don't like being associated with it. But I mean, whatever. It was frankly a matter of time before something like that happened, but frankly, the fact that it came from Puffle was just kind of something that made me a bit upset. But after I posted that video, it didn't take very long for me to realize I could care less. And despite all of that, I think that a video of a similar caliber would have come up eventually. Why? Because Puffle has been very annoying with his recycling of the same jokes over and over and his pandering to Flamey. Look, I've got no problem with Flamey. I've got a problem with people who go out of their way to pander to anyone, actually. I mean, there are people who pander to me, and that kind of gets me annoyed. But, I mean, I want honest opinions. I want people taking certain sides to pander to a certain person. And not all of you do that, but whatever. Puffle keeps recycling that foot fetish joke, and poorly as well. He keeps using Zongo to try and get on Flamey's good side again, pandering. And I'm really getting sick of it. Puffle, if you're going to have a joke, either have a joke that you copy but only use once or twice, or create your own joke that you pound into the dust. Perhaps, you know, then it'll be less annoying. Oh wait, you've already tried. While slightly less cringy than your constant pandering to Flamey, the dabhdude, can I date your sister? joke has gotten too far out of hand. It has gotten to a point where I'm getting really mad when you say it because it isn't funny anymore, it's just annoying. But since he keeps saying it as if it's a real request, I guess I'll respond to it as a real request. No, you cannot, and I want you to stop asking, okay? It's not a funny joke, but if you're serious, no. But, you know what? Puffle did make a response video, so let's see how this is. Let's go through his issues with me point by point. But before we begin, let's see his description because he explains some stuff there as well. First of all, he mentions how my video is private, which it isn't, but he says he put a comment in that video. Now, I haven't seen that comment, maybe because I blocked him or something, but I haven't deleted any comments on that video or nothing. And I checked the spam, it isn't there either. So, I don't know where it is. But the good news is, he put it in the description. So, let's see what he has to say. So, to start off, he's comparing me to how I'm like Yoshi Player. Alright then. I made a pointless video complaining. Yes, okay. I can mostly agree to that one. I attempt to cut off all contact with him. Yeah, gee. I wonder why anybody would want to do that to such an amazing person like you. Maybe it's the constant harassment, annoying jokes, and etc. I mean, what? Why? Who wouldn't want to cut off contact with you if you're doing this to them? You're being annoying. I want to cut off contact with you because you won't shut up. Alright, next point. Doesn't care about what you said beforehand. Oh, believe me, I care. I care that you're being annoying with your stupid jokes and you won't leave me alone. When you harassed me about getting you unbanned by trying to make me read a stupid fanfic on stream and talking about how you want to date my sister, yeah, of course I'm going to be upset. I make pointless threats that I can't keep. Well, they aren't threats. They're punishments for, once again, you acting the way you are in my streams. Everyone in the streams who has spoken about you has always wanted you banned. No one, and I mean no one, besides yourself, has ever gone and said, in the chat or otherwise, has gone and said, hey dabhdude, can you unban Puffle? You're the only one who has ever said, can you unban Puffle? Because it's you. Calls people's harmless jokes stupid. Now, yes, your jokes are mostly harmless. In the case of what I was talking about in my previous video, it was a harmless one-time thing. It seems. However, all the other jokes, they're either pandering to Flamey, more on that later, or are just stupid things like, can I date your sister, and blah blah blah, whatever. And let me just say, of course, a joke based on the dab is going to be stupid. The trend in and of itself is stupid to begin with, but yeah. And then finally, the fact that I claim the jokes are overused. Well, oh wait, never mind. He just contradicted himself right there. Well, that was easy. I mean, he just admitted that some of his jokes are overused. So, the point of that was what? But that was just a description. Let's get into the video. So first of all, he mentions how I'm making a Batman v Superman Civil War battle over this. Now tell me, what is Batman v Superman Civil War? That isn't a real thing. Alright, I'm sorry, whatever. That's just me being nitpicky and whatever. But I wasn't meaning to make a huge battle over this. I was just trying to point out that you're actually acting kind of dumb right now. But, whatever. He also tells me to get good as opposed to get good, and act more civil. Yeah, this coming from the guy who has bashed jokes into the ground, annoyed and harassed me about if he can date my sister, among other things. Wow, I mean, talk about civil, am I right, guys? Oh, and let's not forget about him harassing YP about his foot fetish. I mean, seriously, I make lighthearted jokes, but if there's one thing Yoshi Player got right in his drama video, it's how Puffle was harassing him. Not playing around, harassing him with the supposed jokes. Puffle, this is part of the problem with trying to pander to others. You're trying to pander to Flamey. Flamey is making jokes. I mean, as bad as they are, Flamey is mostly making jokes, and you can tell. But in the end, you're just making yourself look like a bully because you're trying to pander to Flamey. Oh, foot fetish joke, aren't I funny? No, you're just a bully. Because you're doing it all wrong. But let's move on to the meat of this video. The video talks about how I banned him a few weeks ago. Now, first of all, I don't remember which time he was talking about, because I've banned and unbanned him quite a few times in hopes that he would change. What I do remember is a stream where I unbanned Puffle, and I got a few messages from the others who were in the stream over Skype to ban Puffle again. So, in that regard, I was outnumbered. I'm not saying who told me to do it, but it was a few people. Actually, it was quite a few people compared to me. But, okay, seriously. Oh no, you got banned? Well, maybe it's because, as far as I can tell, no one wants you in the chat. In that scenario, I was the only one defending you because I thought you were going to do better. So, I'm sorry, but I can't help you on that front. So, he also mentions how the whole YP drama began and ended in the course of time where he was still banned. Look, there are plenty of other people who have been banned on Twitch who aren't unbanned yet, and they've been banned way longer than you. He then says how I unbanned him wrong, and now I won't unban him. No, I unbanned you properly, but that was a time where everyone told me to put you back on ban. And the reason I'm not unbanning you is because I'm not going to ban someone who keeps on saying, dabhdude, you better unban me or I'll send you fanfictions. Well, I guess it's a no then. I'm not going to be threatened into unbanning you. And also, that's a very lame and stupid threat. Next, he goes on with my plush videos, saying they're nothing but cringe. Despite the fact that there are people in my comments saying they're pretty alright and giving me constructive criticism. Yeah, you know that whole bullying thing I mentioned before? That's what you're doing here. You're not giving me any constructive criticism. It's like, oh, your characters are all cringe. Alright then, how would you go about fixing them? He also mentions the title, It Too High, which is actually based on a picture with the caption, It Too High. Puffle also explains how my characters are cringe. I mean, give me some ideas and suggestions then, oh wise fount of knowledge. Oh wait, you probably don't have any, huh? Hold on, wait a sec. Question. What does this even have to do with the matter at hand? Oh yeah, that's right, nothing! This has nothing to do with the topic at hand. At least I was somewhat justified in talking about your video because you were using my image and blah 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 whatever. But this is probably one of, if not your weakest point in your whole argument, because it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Oh wait, just about all the other points are garbage as well. Like this one. Next, Puffle mentions how I hate weeaboos, people who are funnier than me, and feminazis. I mean feminists. Yeah. Well, let's start with people funnier than me. No, I don't hate them. I like Rev, Flamey, Iggy, Spunk, Logan, etc. I don't like people who pander and try to be funny when the jokes fall flat on their face or end up bullying someone. Like you, Puffle. Let's talk about weebs next. I think part of my deal with weeaboos is the fact that I live with one, thus making it much more annoying for me. I mean, I have personal experience with it, and they're really annoying. But just go watch Filthy Frank's video on the subject of weeaboos. That's pretty much what I think of them, even if a bit extreme. And the feminists, feminazis, whatever I'll call them. Okay, anyone with a brain hates them too. They do nothing but say, but the wage gap is real, and men need to go to concentration camps, etc. I don't really need to elaborate on this any further. I don't even know why this is a point. Whatever. If you want to hear about how stupid feminazis are, just go watch a video about their stupidity. Of course, I assume you're talking about quote-unquote third wave feminists in this scenario. The actual feminists, the ones who want equal women's rights, are cool in my book. They're the ones who don't complain about everything and who actually have brains. They don't complain about, oh, well, you're an evil white male misogynist, blah blah blah, if you don't see it in the new Ghostbuster. That's stupid, feminists. Okay? So, yeah. Next he talks about how I belittle my sister. Okay, Puffle, you're overstepping your bounds. I'll say what I want about my sister when I want. In fact, most of the stuff I've said about my sister, I've said to her face at least once before. Like how, oh, you're a weeaboo, you're dumb. She's heard that at least a couple times before. But I mean, The stuff I say isn't some sort of mystical, unknown knowledge to her or anything. She's my sister, and you're not in charge of myself or her, so stop, like, trying to control what I say about or to her, because she's my sister. I'll say what I want. Get out. Next, Puffle mentions how I leave during my own streams. Oh yes, God forbid I leave during my own streams to quickly get some food or something. Guess what? Sometimes we, not just myself, but Rev, Flamey, Spung, Iggy, etc., we leave to get food or something. We leave to get food, use the bathroom, get water, do other, basic human tasks. I mean, seriously, Puffle? Not only are you pandering by saying, oh, it's funnier that way, it's funnier when you're gone. Okay, sure, whatever. But you're really grasping at straws with these past few points. Next, he talks about how him and my sister are a match made in heaven and blah, 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 blah. Look, you don't even know my sister. You haven't even seen her face or heard her voice. But whatever. Stop. Stop talking about it. You don't know my sister. Next, Puffle does even more grasping at straws by talking about rule breakers in the streams. What? One, I don't remember you ever reporting anything to me. If you're going to say, like, oh, people are breaking rules, well then tell me. I mean, you've been messaging me over Twitch somehow, like that new private message thing or whatever, but you haven't mentioned anybody. But yeah, you haven't reported anything, and there also aren't very many rules in my streams. Just don't act stupid and don't be a bot, and you'll probably be good. Just don't, like, send spam links or whatever. And he continues by saying that I shouldn't ban him for minor infractions. Oh yes, spamming, getting everybody else in the chat mad at you, and being an annoying jerk are just minor infractions. No, that's something I first timed someone out for. I timed them out for 600 seconds or however long. Then if they don't stop, then I ban them. And then if they keep PMing me over Twitch and threatening me with fanfics, I'm not going to be too keen on unbanning them. Blah, blah, blah. More pandering to Flamey by saying that every joke I steal is garbage. Yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious, for telling us this amazing tidbit of knowledge that everyone knew. Next point is more pandering garbage as well. Then Puffle asks what a joke video is supposed to do. And the answer is nothing much. It's supposed to be mostly a joke video, but my video was supposed to be a joke video and also kind of get it through your thick skull that you need to stop because this is getting annoying. But let's move on. I apologized and agreed to let this all slide so long as he apologized, as he was in the wrong as well. Way more than me, but whatever. And he said he would if I unbanned him and read the fanfic garbage he keeps sending me on stream. Now for one, no. Apologies are supposed to be unconditional, with possibly the exception of I apologize if you apologize, not I will apologize for the things that I did wrong and I've admitted to doing wrong if you do something for me. Apologies don't work that way. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to ignore your garbage until you apologize to me. After that, I will totally unban you under the promise that you don't act up again. But if you keep acting up, I will totally ban you again. With no hesitation. And also, I'm not reading your fanfiction garbage. I said, okay, you know what? Fine, I'll look at it. And I looked at it, and what is it? It's It was like some stupid fanfiction garbage, and while I can't confirm this, I believe you said it was some Undertale fanfic garbage. I love how back in the Undertale streams you were talking about how, and I might have clips of this, I'm not certain, but I love how you were saying like, oh, the Undertale fandom is cancer, and yet here you are, like, I'm just playing the game, alright? But here you come, spamming this Undertale cancer fanfiction to me. No. No, why would I want to do that? And I read, like, the introduction paragraph, and I was like, dear God, this is going to be bad. I scrolled down a little ways, I saw tentacles, and I was like, no, I'm out of here. So, just stop, okay? Alright. With both of these situations I addressed where I'm in the wrong, all I want is, from Flamey, an acknowledgement of what he did wrong, And from Puffle, I want an acknowledgement of what he did wrong, as well as an apology. That's too much to ask from you, especially Puffle. I guess we won't be having any interaction for a while. Flamey, I'm sure we'll still be good friends. And while we're on the topic of drama, occasionally it gets brought up in Skype conversations how Nux still has yet to give me a formal apology, whether it be like a Skype message or just saying, hey, I'm sorry, or something. I don't know why, though. I mean, Super Link plushies even admitted to being wrong and blah, 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 whatever. Maybe she forgot? I mean, I don't know. It's just this, like, extraneous thing from late 2015 that has yet to be solved, and I just want it to be solved now because, you know, then it won't be like this kind of thing in the back of my mind, like, hey, you know, they forgot to do that. Oh, that's right, they did. But, yeah, that's it. That's all for now. Thank you all for watching, and an update video will be coming out very soon, probably today or early tomorrow. Thank you all for watching, and take care.